Well, the reign of terror with Salamangreat continues on. You can see here we have an amazing win percentage, still only with the one loss that we gave up on turn 1 because we just didn't want to play through a 10-minute combo. The deck remains relatively unchanged from my last video, so if you want to see the deck list video, again, check the description. I go over how this deck is free to play, how you can build it, construct it, and make it very effective, and then check out the additional matches linked in the description that show you kind of how the combo lines work and some advanced plays. However, in this video, I'm going to go over something very important, and that is breaking down in depth how your turn 1 should go with this deck in order to maximize the disruptions and make it very hard for your opponent to play through your own board. So let's go ahead and take a look at those matches now. Alright, starting off this duel, we lost this coin toss and the opponent opted for us to go first. So looks like they're playing a regular old deck, 35 and 5 in hand, so a 40 card deck with a 15 card extra deck. We are starting off with, as usual, a absolutely busted hand because it's Salamangreat, and whenever you can go first, you play a lot of engines. So you're going to get your combos off, you're going to get your rocks off every time. So the purpose of this video, probably in the title, in the intro, in the thumbnail, whatever you want to say, is how do I optimally play through a turn 1 and set up the best combo. Okay, we're going to go over that. Just take a moment here to analyze this board. This is pretty standard, right? We did the Buffalo, discard, draw, got the Balinks, got the field spell, went into Sunlight Wolf. Now we're going into Mirage Dahlia using the Spinny and the Foxy as material. Everything is pretty standard up to this point. Remember that as soon as you activate Mirage Dahlia effect, you can no longer do the extension play with the Splash Mage into another material and then make the Heat Soul. And you can no longer use the Transcode Talker if you are playing it. Yeah, here I am right here. Okay. You can still make a Baguska because you're not activating any Baguska's effects, and it'll be live for your next turn during your opponent's turn. And you can also make an Appaloosa if you still wanted to, because again, you're not going to use this during your turn, you're going to use it during your opponent's turn to negate their monster effects. That's beside the point though. With the Mirage Dahlia, this is why this card is amazing. Think like Gigantic Sprite and why Gigantic Sprite was so amazing, right? It's an instant searcher for any engine card in your deck, right? Any level 2 card. Mirage Dahlia is like that for Salamangrates. So we need the Gazelle, the best Salamangreat card in the deck. We're going to bring it out and, you know, we're going to, summon it to the zone that the Sunlight Wolf points to, trigger the Sunlight Wolf effect to bring back a Foul, because again, when we bring another Salamangreat card to the field during our follow-up turn, we're going to be able to special summon Foul for free. The main thing you need to focus on here when you're going first, Gazelle should always dump the Roar if you don't have it. And again, I go over this in my decklist video, which is linked in the description. You should play 2 of this because you actually do want to open this from time to time, but 3 is probably excessive. If you open 2, you'd brick on it because I think this is, it's a once per turn effect. So 2 is a good ratio. Why? Because again, you can search it or dump it off Gazelle. Now, yes, if Gazelle gets ashed or something, you might be in a little bit of trouble, but it's not the end of the world because you play other hand traps, right? You play Ash Blossom, Maxi, Infinite Permanence, etc. Okay? But this Omni Negate is so important for the deck, okay? So you can see that we just brought it back. How do we bring it back? Well, when Sunlight Wolf is brought to the field with its own material, okay, you can, where does it say it? Yeah. If you can, during your main phase, if you control this card that was link summoned using Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf as material, so itself has its own material, you can add 1 Salamangreat Spell or Trap from your graveyard to your hand, okay? So you dump it with Gazelle, you dump the Roar with Gazelle, you bring it back with Sunlight Wolf. It is the best turn 1 play you can do for Salamangreat, guaranteed, okay? So we do that, we set the Roar and we set the Imperm. Now you might be thinking like, oh hey, you're gonna get Lightning Stormed or Feather Dust or whatever. No, we have the Omni Negate, right? We can protect the Salamangreat cards, anything, monsters, spells, etc., with the Balinks in the graveyard. Okay, so even if the opponent had like Dark Hole, Raigeki, whatever, any kind of destruction, all of these cards would be safe from the Balinks, or saved by the Balinks, okay? So this is what our end board looks like. Again, doesn't look anything super impressive, but in Attribute 4, it is enough. Okay, the opponent's going to start with Prosperity. We're not going to negate that. Okay, we're going to see what they're on. They reveal that they're on True Draco, which is odd that they would make me go first because, you know, this is like a back row deck. I don't know what they're really thinking here, but okay. They got a Duality as well. We're going to let that go, and they grab Solemn. Okay, that's fine. Raigeki, what did I just say? Ooh, Balinks. Look at that. Balinks saved the whole field. The whole field. Amazing. Now, what the opponent does here is kind of interesting. So they set 2 and then they summon the Dynamite by tributing one of their set cards. this does not count as like a trap card activating, so you can actually negate this effect in the graveyard with the Roar. And so with that, the opponent opts to pop my Sunlight Wolf that was summoned with its own material, which is questionable because they maybe should have taken a gamble on popping one of these two to hopefully get the Roar, but they don't. So okay, they're going to beat over, get our Link monsters off the field. The opponent's turn, not too bad. They actually broke our board a little bit. Now, actually, our Roar is offline because we need a Link monster to activate it. We draw for turn, draw Maxi. Maxi is useless against, what is it called? Draco Slayer, because they don't special summon really. The first thing we do, start of our main phase 1, we have priority, right? The opponent can't activate anything at the start of our main phase 1 until we do the first action. First action, make the Link monster. Why? Let's see if the opponent wants to use their Solemn to negate this. I believe they can use Solemn to negate. I'm pretty sure they can. They don't. So now with the Gazelle going to the graveyard and the Balinks coming to the field, that triggers the Foul that we brought back last turn. Okay, that's free material. The opponent is going to opt to activate the effect of the True Draco, or the Dynamite, I should say, you know, to take a True King continuous trap from the deck, activate it, or add it to the hand. No problem. We're going to negate that with Imperm, and the opponent sets cards in the Imperm column here, so we're going to shut this down as well. This card is now unactivatable. They opt not to Solemn that card. Take note of that, okay? We know they have a Solemn face down, by the way, obviously. So we're going to sign up Mining, discard the Maxi. Why? Because we don't need Maxi. Like I said, this deck doesn't special summon. The opponent opts to Solemn that. Totally okay with that. Why? Because this is Salamangreat. We have extensions. Easy extensions. So now we're going to activate Mirage Dahlia, locking us into fire, detach the Foxy, special summon out another Gazelle. Gazelle, dump Jack Jaguar. Why? Because Jack Jaguar can return a monster to the extra deck or the deck, and special summon itself to a zone that Salamangreat monster points to. Next thing we do, bring out a second Balinks. Why do we do this? Just in case the opponent had a second Solemn in this column here, because we're going to link into a Heat Leo. We need to make sure we keep a Link monster on the field so that our Roar stays live. We're going to clear the entire opponent's board, by the way. And, you know, what I do is maybe questionable. I actually did think about this, and I was like, whatever. I think this is the right play regardless, because the opponent is now on 4,000 life points because of the Solemn. Okay, triple Link, going to Heat Leo. This is going to do two things. Heat Leo, spin this back row card or force the activation, and Mirage Dahlia being used as a Link material for Salamangreat Link monster, spin a monster on the field back to the hand. Okay, spin the True Draco, and spin the back row card. Using Sanctuary, link off Heat Leo with its own effect, bring it out again, spin this card back. They can't activate this because remember, this is in the Imperm column. And this whole time, our Roar is live. So if the opponent did have some kind of interruption, graveyard, banish, hand, what, like face down, whatever, we have Roar that's live. Now we send Will of the Salamangreat, target up to 3 Salamangreat monsters because we have a Heat Leo, which is a Link 3, summon with its own material. Activate Jack Jaguar, return the Mirage Dahlia, bring it out. 2 level 3s, make Mirage Dahlia that we just put back with Jack Jaguar. 2 level 4s, make Dugaris. And I do a little bit of a flex here. Okay, Heat Leo's additional effect, target 1 monster on the field, make its effect the same, or make the attack of it, sorry, the same as a monster in the graveyard. What do we have in the graveyard? A Heat Leo, that's 2300. Okay, target the Balinks, that's normally 500 attack, boost it up to 23. And I do this play also to show you that, you know, if you're facing down a Towers monster or something that has a lot of attack, this is a play you can go for, right? I mean, you don't have to be as excessive as this, obviously, like I'm obviously going a little bit overkill, but you don't actually need that many materials. You just need 2 level 4s and like a Link 2 or a Link 3. Detach 2 materials, and the lowly Balinks that is normally 500 attack is going to get its time to shine and attack for 4600 damage and game. We're also going to trigger a field spell to gain life for the challenge, but there you go. So even though it didn't actually make an impact, we did have the Roar that whole time as assurance, and that gave us the confidence to build up our board and play through anything. So I hope you enjoyed that match and learned something that can hopefully improve your gameplay with Salamangreats moving forward. If you like this video, a like and a comment would help. as well as make sure you check out the description or other videos on my channel for more Master Duel gameplay. Thank you for watching though. Quantum is out.